Hi there.
Hey guys, I'm gonna get a shot today. This is the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, and I'm in the Indy 500. Pretty cool, huh?
Oh yeah.
There's the track. Yeah, oh yeah. Neat. And we're here with the Indiana National Guard. Is that right?
Oh yeah.
Yes, it is.
That is fantastic. I hope my high school kids can get one of these shots here pretty soon.
I was gonna say we're not sure when, but it seems like every other week
Oh,
they're just bumping
man.
that age bracket
Yeah.
now.
More and more.
Yeah. I see, you know, for me, I'm 51, and I saw it went from 60 to 65 to 50 in 1 week.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
I was like, okay.
No.
All right, here's your ID
Hey,
badge.
thank you.
And then I'm going to hand you this now. This is your
Okay.
vaccination. It's got your lot number,
Yay.
and your Indianapolis Motor Speedway is where we're receiving that at
Okay,
today.
cool.
Once he's all done, we'll have you pull to the end of the garage, put it in park, and we'll
Okay.
get you all vaccinated in your left arm this morning.
Awesome. Fantastic. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, you can actually go ahead and pull forward now, so just to the edge of the garage.
Okay. And then just hop out and get in the white
Nope,
seat?
actually
so-
just put it in park and we'll get you
Hey.
to the window.
Hey, great. Thank you.
Not a problem. We're actually using the white seats just to make sure people aren't pulling too close to the table. So
Sure, sure. Thank you.
Not a problem. And then he's going to be the one who does it.
All right. Now, what would I use the card for? What am I going to use the card
In
for?
case your employer needs proof of vaccination,
Okay.
or if you're getting ready to fly, they're also using that as proof of vaccination as well. So it's for your records.
Awesome. Perfect.
I know some insurance companies are wanting to see those in case,
Yeah.
you know, it might help with your premiums or whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
That's just
awesome.
our evidence of vaccination.
I'm so excited.
Hello. All right, so I'm gonna need your arm.
All right,
And
let me-
you will be receiving the Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
Uh-huh.
It is a one-time dose, so after you receive this, you're all set.
Okay.
There is a 15-minute waiting period, just in case you have any adverse reactions to the vaccine.
Okay.
That'll be done right around the corner, and they'll guide you and let you know where it is that you need to park.
Okay, great.
All right, so we'll get started.
Okay, I'm not going to watch it because I can't take looking at needles.
Honestly, I don't think you'll even feel it.
Just a little pinch. There it is.
Put a Band-Aid on it real quick.
I've been waiting for that for a year.
Yeah, a lot of people have been waiting for it, so.
All
Let me
right.
get, put a time on your windshield real quick.
Okay, okay. And there's, check it out. Right out the front windows, the track. Awesome. There's the seats, and there's people going by that have been vaccinated. They're all just pulling right through the drive, right?
Somebody give
So,
you that sticker. That's
hey,
the I
thank
got
you.
vaccinated sticker. I'm gonna put this in.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Hey, thanks for your service, guys. Thank you. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
Take care. All right, there you go, guys. Now I'm going to drive here. Look at this. Check it out. This is the Motor Speedway. This is unreal, man. They just got me in and out of here. Like, I literally pulled in at 10:15. It's 10:25. I mean, I had to do a little preliminary work on the internet, but man, this is just crazy. Look at these cars like filing out. I'm gonna turn the camera so you guys can see the track and the seating and stuff. And then as I'm coming through here, they're like guide me through. There's some more guardsmen, and they're gonna. Hey, thank you.
You're welcome. You have a good day.
You too. And so I guess I gotta do like sit for 15 minutes. I'm not sure why they're well, I've heard that from other vaccine sites that you have to wait for like 15 minutes. Ooh, and there's a bathroom. I really have to go use the restroom. You guys probably didn't need to know that. I need to go to the restroom because I've been drinking coffee all the way down to Indy this morning. So thank you very much. And then here's the wait line. Did you hear? She congratulated me. I always be polite to service members. You know, they put their lives on the line and they're doing a good thing here today. Look at this line of cars, man. I never thought that I would be like in the garage of one of the Indy 500 cars. And I came to the track as a little kid. Here, look here over here to the right. There's the pagoda. Isn't that cool? I don't know, man. If the museum's open, I might go to the museum and take you guys on another fields trip. We'll see. This is just too cool. And my arm's feeling a little numb in the shoulder right now, but dang, this is just great. I'm gonna get out and see if I can't use one of these restrooms. Yeah, there's restrooms right over here to the right. I'll take you outside and we'll go to the restroom. And here we are again. Here's the pagoda. I'm gonna just zip on over here and see if I can't use this. Is that okay? Okay. They're gonna let me go. All right, guys, I'm gonna turn this off because I'm not taking you into the porta pots with me, but here we go. I'm just gonna turn in a circle again. Dang, that is so cool. And we'll end with the pagoda right where I started. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Really excited about this. Okay, out of the John and out by the pagoda again. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful today. Supposed to get pretty close to 70 degrees. I hope that you guys are able to get outside. Maybe your PE teacher will take you out on a nice day like this, or maybe you get out for lunch. But I'm gonna look really quick online, see if I can't go into the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum if they're open. I'm here, I might as well go in, right? Take you guys on a little bit of a field trip. If not, I won't log back on. So I'll pause this video and just see here. I'm gonna spin one more time. Oh man, so cool. I love it. Look how beautiful it is out. Got the shot in my arm. Oh, and the traffic's leaving, so I gotta get in my car to go. All right, gang, hopefully I can get in this museum. And if not, we'll see you tomorrow, and we'll have a normal school day tomorrow. I'll play this video for part of class, and maybe I can take you into the museum. Okay, I just talked to the guardsmen. They're going to direct me right past the museum, and I'm going to park and go in and see. Hey, maybe they'll let me in for free. If not, I don't know. Maybe I'll pay a little bit money to get in, but at the very least, we'll go in and look at the lobby of the museum, and I'll see if I can con my way in for free. Hey, never hurts to ask. All right, my dudes, here I am. Check it out. Museum's in the background. Check out those flags. You might even be able to hear them ringing in the distance there, but I'm going to flip camera around and I'm going to walk into the lobby. It seems to me like I'm not the only one doing this. There's some other old white-haired people. Here, let me get out of the way of the wind. There's some older white-haired people getting out of their cars too. Maybe they're just taking advantage of the fact that they're down here, and they're gonna go check out the museum. So anyway, let's go in what's happening. So museum itself is in the center of the track, and I hope you guys can hear that, because I know the wind's blowing pretty hard. I've had some experience being out on a windy day with a mic, and hopefully it's not too windy, but we can go into the museum. There it is. All right, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, racing capital of the world. Didn't plan on doing this at all, but hey, why the heck not? You know, let me just say this about Indianapolis. We are considered one of the big car manufacturing places in the Midwest. Of course, Detroit's #1, but just as a result of the fact that we're so close to so many car manufacturers, here, let me get out of the rain. Just from the fact that we're around so many car manufacturers, they decided to build the racetrack right here. So just an hour and a half from Monon, we're at the largest racetrack in the world. And what's cool about that is they've been racing here for over 100 years. So you'll know that from taking my world history class, from my American history class, that we're well into the age of industrialization. We're about to start World War I. And the earliest cars are invented in the late 1980s. First one by Henry Ford. And probably about this time in our chapter in world history or American history, we're gearing up for war, and people are starting to buy the Model T Ford. And there were several Indianapolis manufacturers like the Maxim, which no longer exists as a vehicle. I think General Motors bought it out. Maybe we'll see one of those Maxims in there. This was a big place for building cars, and they wanted to race them on these tracks. Now, some of the earliest fast speeds were pretty slow, really. All right, I'm going to pause you and talk to some people in here real quick. Look at this. You got to come in and you got to get your temperature taken. So put my forehead up here. And got a perfect temperature. All right, I'm not sick. And I'm going to get a little Purell hand sanitizer to be safe. All right, I'm going to pause you again real quick and let me just spin around the lobby here. All right, hit record here. All right. So this is, I'm sorry, what's your...
Carl.
Carl, okay. Yeah. Carl, are you a volunteer, Carl?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And so, I bought a ticket to come in, and he's just gonna, just kind of point some things out on the showroom floor here, but check out all these winning race cars.
These are all winning cars.
Okay.
So, Start here at the earliest. Was number 32 Wasp in the
Okay.
middle.
See, it's the yellow one,
We can
right in the center.
Take a look at it.
Yeah, cool.
1911 winner.
Okay, so we're studying. We're about to start World War One, so this would be
Yep.
right at that time period
Yep.
because.
Right before the war.
Yeah, war starts in 1914. This is in a 1911 race car. Oh, wow, look at that. That is so
And
cool.
built,
I love that.
Built here in Indianapolis.
Okay.
At the time, Indianapolis was kind of the Detroit of auto. It was kind of the center of the auto industry. It was kind of like the Silicon Valley, if you will, of technology. But,
So it was really, now that's something I didn't know. So it's really more prominent than even Detroit in terms of car
Yeah.
manufacturing.
you had
I know you had the Maxim. Is that was the name of it?
the Marmon.
Or Marmon?
This is the
Okay,
Marmon.
that's the Marmon.
And that was a passenger car company. The Speedway was built not necessarily for racing, but for auto industry development. And
Okay.
they wanted to bring cars out because basically this is a passenger car that's been stripped down.
Okay, and that's okay. So it's just a stripped down. They made it as light as they could.
Yep, it's a single seater, which led to the development of the first rear view mirror.
Oh, cool.
Because if you look at some other cars that were during that time period, they were double. You had two seaters. You had a riding mechanic, and the riding mechanic basically was along to kind of watch for traffic.
I mean, you can see they're already starting to think about aerodynamics a little bit too, with the fins and stuff.
The tail is aerodynamic.
What are those things on top? Is that like a gas tank that they would unscrew there? Or
Yeah,
is
gas
that...
tank, probably water.
Oh, okay.
Oil, probably oil. You got the water up here, but
Right.
probably oil. Because they used a lot of oil.
And there's one cool thing about these old cars is they had to crank them to get them started, right?
Hand crank.
And I've heard stories that people would break their arms on those hand cranks,
I'm sure that, yeah.
like if they
If they
kicked
kick
and
back,
yeah.
Yep.
So what was the top speed of this? Do you know?
This one averaged 75 miles an hour.
Well, that's faster than I thought, but of course that's what we're driving down the highways now in any car.
Straightaway
So.
speeds, they could go close to 100.
Oh, really?
Straightaway speed.
Okay.
Now the lap. Now Ray Haroon, who drove the car and won, he decided he was going to run a 75 mile an hour average because he thought that would save tires. He wouldn't have to make near as many pit stops, and it turned out that was the case.
Okay.
A lot of cars were going a lot faster paces, but they had
They
to
were
come into
burning
pits.
through their tires.
I think he made maybe 4 or 5 pit stops, and others were making 8, 9 pit stops. So.
Okay. And how long is the race itself? Because it's actually a long race. It takes a couple hours.
500
doesn't it?
miles, yeah. And today, it's 2.5 hours, depending on how many yellow flags you might have. But back in the day, it was an all-day event.
Right. I see. I love these old cars right here. These are just.
Yeah, these are my favorite.
There's something about those that are just neat because it's just like, I don't know, you can kind of see the stages of engineering going on.
And these are some of the earliest.
That almost looks like a tractor.
Yeah.
I mean, just the way the front end is built.
And that is actually a French car.
Okay.
They actually ran Grand Prix back. This is 1914 winner.
Oh, okay.
You see, this is the 14. This is 1912, the year after the Wasp won. You can see the 2 seats in there.
So why were they putting 2 seats in? Or did they have a co-pilot that they were?
It was, they call him the riding mechanic.
Okay.
One of the main things that they had to do was watch for traffic. And that's why with the single seater, the Wasp,
they had the rear view. Okay.
That was the only one that was a single seat in that race.
Yeah, because you're probably subtracting several hundred pounds just removing the seat.
Yep.
Just a man alone is going to be probably back then 150 pounds, right?
And then,
But I mean, then you'd taken out the extra components with the seats, so.
Yeah, and then the early vehicles, they also had a lot of hand pumps. You hand pumped the oil,
okay.
Sometimes the fuel.
Wow.
So if you look at the cockpit, there's usually 2 or 3.
So if you don't have a guy in there just pumping oil
Yeah.
into it, the engine block's going to crack. It's going to get too hot and crack. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that. That's something I never knew.
But again, it looks. This is basically this is a National, which was also built in Indianapolis,
Okay.
and it was a passenger car. And basically stripped down, took off all the fenders, the back end, and made it into a race car.
And so are these all like, are we all hitting close to the same speeds here? Are these all like around 100 miles an hour?
Yeah,
these
the
vehicles?
first. I was thinking. Yeah, they didn't average 100 until I think 1925.
Okay.
This is the 22 winner, and this car actually won the French Grand Prix also.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's a Duesenberg, which again was an Indianapolis built vehicle.
Wow. So most of these, now this was, you say this one was a French car, but the rest of these are
these are both
Indianapolis
American.
cars. Okay.
Yep. And then the
Wow.
back one, actually,
See, you know, and that's the thing, and maybe I need to show this to our Indiana history class as well, because I don't think there's a lot of kids that realize where we were at in terms of our car industry back at that time period. I think that's cool that you phrased it like we were the Silicon Valley of the world back then in terms of building performance vehicles. That's a sharp, boy, you can start to see they're like
this is one of my favorites.
chroming it out. And what year is this?
This is a Miller. This is 1928.
Okay,
Miller was
so
a famous engine builder, famous car builder here in Indiana also.
wow, that is
He kind of dominated 1920s.
okay. This one just looks sleeker, and I mean,
that's one of my favorites.
yeah, you can see the aerodynamics in it and the chrome. It's like all chromed out, so they're starting to make them fancier. It's probably going faster too, wasn't it?
Yeah, they're a lot sleeker, a lot lighter. The tires are a lot better.
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't we look at some like maybe some 1930s, and then I'll cut you loose. I don't want you to.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh man,
in the
this is just
30s,
so cool.
This
These are 40. This is a 40s,
this is
right?
1946. Of course, the speedway was closed during World War II.
Oh yeah.
First race back, this car was won the race, but it actually was built in the mid-1930s, so it was over 10 years old.
Okay.
Actually won the race.
You can see that it's now. Is this the original car or tire? Because like the tread looks
Don't know if it's the
even worn
original,
on that.
But you can see there's really no tread on the tires.
Right.
So to speak.
Yeah.
Back in the 40s.
Well, I guess they're running just on the blacktop, right? So.
Or back then it was bricks.
Oh, bricks.
Yeah.
Oh wow. So the bricks are probably really eating up the tire. That's why they call it the Brickyard.
Yep.
Brickyard 500. Is that what's the nickname
the
of it?
Brickyard 400 was a NASCAR race.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they took 3 million bricks and paved the track in 1909.
Okay. Wow.
Because originally it was just crushed stone and tar, and it just didn't hold up because these cars are so heavy.
Yeah.
And it just would tear it up and it would rut it. So if you get into one of those ruts, you'd flip, and so it was very dangerous. So that's when Carl Fisher decided they tested, and they thought bricks would be a good thing. They did some tests on running cars on bricks, and so they took 3 million. I think it took about 6 months for them to lay them all.
That's amazing.
But this is, I think this is the only 1930s car we've got.
Okay.
As a winner.
So this is the Great Depression era.
Yeah.
Right here.
And a lot of those cars don't exist anymore because they were just chopped up and reused.
Right.
This car raced almost like a 15-year period.
It's for my kids, this is probably about the time if they got great grandparents that are still alive. Mm-hmm. They're probably born in the 30s. Maybe some of them got some grandparents that are born in the 20s. Great grandparents, but
I think this was built in 32, and it actually was used as tried to qualify in actually 46 back when they opened back up after World War II.
These are just so beautiful. This one's a beautiful one.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites too.
I love that red and blue and just, I mean, you can see how the body styles change over time with the aerodynamics.
Yeah.
So now, did each one of these vehicles win a 500? Is that why they're in here?
Yep.
Okay.
This side of these are all winning cars.
Okay.
Most all of them owned by the Speedway.
Okay. Great. Well, I don't want to keep you too long, just because you know, my videos can't be too long anyway. But is there any one thing that you wanted to show off here before we give it an end, or?
Well, I think I mean this room itself. I mean, you go from 1911.
Yeah.
And the car next to it from 2016, the 100th race. You just look at that and see the difference.
The difference.
Technology.
So that's the 2016. And now, that's specifically called an Indy car, right?
Yeah.
And so what's the difference between like a Formula One car and an Indy car? It seems to me like I've heard the Indy cars are faster, but I could be wrong about that.
For Formula One, they run all road courses.
Okay.
So they don't run ovals. So there's a difference in the type of speed there is. I mean, Formula One cars are very quick on road courses.
I see.
But Indy cars, they also run on ovals, so they're faster.
Yeah.
Faster on ovals.
Probably on that straightaway, they're really picking up top speed. Now, are these considered the fastest cars in the world outside of those ones they run on the salt flats?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, they, I mean, qualify at Indy, you got to run 230.
Right.
230 miles an hour.
You know, and it's amazing, like, how low to the ground it is. I didn't realize that the cockpit, it's just literally like right off the ground.
Yep.
So.
The Formula One, they're known more for their technology also.
Are they?
More so than maybe Indy cars. But,
okay.
I mean, the setup of the cars, the look of the cars are similar. Now, Indy car, they have specific specifications they have to have.
Right.
That all cars have to follow. But in Formula One, they have a little bit more freedom.
Yeah.
But they're both
so cool.
Considered open wheel cars.
Yeah.
There's no fenders.
So cool. Well, it's just amazing. Now, let me ask you this. Since I'm here for the COVID vaccine, I got that. I just thought I'll pop in and show my kids the museum. Are we going to be open for the Indy 500 this spring? Are we on for that?
We know they're going to have the race.
Yes.
It's just a matter of
will there be a crowd?
We'll see how things go, I think, with the tournament, basketball tournament, and how things go with vaccines. And I know they're wanting to get a crowd.
Okay.
So I'm assuming there will be, but we don't know how many.
All right. You know, when my family first moved to Indianapolis, we moved into the Speedway area. And I lived on Farley Drive. I'm not even sure where that is in conjunction to the Speedway, but I remember growing up as a kid hearing the race cars every spring, just hearing them tear up the track. So, well, very cool. Thank you so much for giving us a tour, a little bit of a tour, and I really appreciate that. Thanks for the kids, and thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
All right. Guys, I'm sorry. Wasn't that so cool? I'm telling you what, I'm just going to walk around here for a little bit, holding this up. I mean, every decade. Okay, now the big thing is, why are these cars in this museum? They're in here because each and every single one of them is a winner, right? And so, man, some of these cars are just absolutely beautiful. And I'm genuinely interested almost to know, like, I could spend a lot of time in here reading. Each one has like a little plaque by it. I could literally come in here and just enjoy reading each one of those plaques and finding out like what year, what was its top speed. So you guys that are like mechanical junkies, some of you farm boys that work on your tractors and stuff, this is the real deal. Oh, check it out. Look at this. Oh, this is so cool. Look at that. Almost looks like a bicycle, right? That's an early Indian. That's an early Indian motorcycle from 1909. Dang. That might be right there the oldest motorized vehicle in here. Look at that thing. Now I wonder what his top speed is. I mean, I'm sorry. It almost looks a little dangerous. But it's only got, looks like it's only one seater. Looks like it's only taking one person. That's amazing. All right, some of these other vehicles in here. Wow. So cool. Well, I think that's going to conclude our tour. I'm going to see about editing this a little bit and just getting it in. Maybe I'll have Todd Starrett edit it for me. I tell you what, it takes more time to edit these videos than it does to actually go on a field trip. Now I'm wondering what this thing is. What do you think that is? Looks like it's an old-fashioned like camper van. Look at that. Like they were going to the snake pit. People were coming down to see, like, what is this? Chevrolet panel truck. I don't know. That's just cool. All stickered up. Oh, yeah. There's a bed in there. I don't know. You guys probably can't see it. I'm going to go ahead and stick my phone in there. Probably wasn't supposed to do that. But I did it. Shh. Don't tell anybody. And let's look at this van right here. Well, they were styling. There you go. Another camper van. Guess people were coming down here from way back when to watch the Indy 500. All right, gang. That looks like it's about all there is to the museum. I'll fish around a little bit more. If I find something, I'll record it. If not, hey, see you tomorrow. There's another fields trip for you. Hope you enjoy it. Got my shot today, ready to go. All right, peace out, guys. All right, guys, I couldn't help myself. I'm back. Check it out. This is one of the premier luxury cars of the Roaring 20s. If you were a rich man, if you were wealthy, that was a Mercedes-Benz from 1927. I mean, I have no idea how much a car like that would cost right now. If you had the money to afford something like that. I mean, it is pure luxury from this time period. Look at that. Almost looks like a Rolls Royce, right? I mean, interior leather seats. Look how it's all chromed out. Look at that beautiful red color. And so we might look at some of these vehicles at some point in time. Get you a little closer to the cockpit of it. Look at that, beautiful. It's got a wood steering wheel, and it's got the Mercedes-Benz logo on it. Mercedes-Benz was invented back at a time period where it was two separate car companies. It was Mercedes and it was Benz, and the two car companies merged. And there's one of their race cars right there. That's a high-performance race car. Hey there.
Say, what you talking about your interesting things during World War I.
Yeah.
You want to go down there? There's the Speedway actually during World War I was used as an airport.
Really?
Yeah, and there's some information.
Oh,
on that
that's so cool. Okay.
If you go out, it's
look, and just it's by year.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna go down there and look at it right
pictures
now.
on there of when it was. They used it as it's basically a fueling station.
That makes perfect
the Air
sense.
Force, when the Air Force then.
What's the length of one leg of the track?
Straightaways are 5/8 of a mile.
5/8 of a mile, and that would have been enough to like land
for
a biplane at that
those
time
planes,
period.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's our next stop.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Okay, guys. One of the museum guys came over here and wanted me to show off this timeline to you because he told me that they were he'd heard that I was teaching you guys about World War One, but he wanted me to specifically show you as we come down here. Here's the timeline. Here's World War One, and from my camera view, it looks like the letters are inverted. So I'm gonna flip the camera around here, see if it. Oh yeah, there we go. That's much better. So there it is. World War One. 1917 to 1918, those were the years that America fought in the war. And what he was pointing out to me, here are the winners, by the way. These are the guys that were running the races and winning these races in the cars that we were looking at. Oh look, it's got the average miles per hour. So he really was. He was only averaging about 75 miles per hour. And you can see, like, these early cars, we start to jump up 80, 90 miles an hour. All right. So as I look at each one of these, I think what he wanted me to show you was this. Down here we got the 821st Aero Squadron Aviation Repair Depot. They shut down the track during this time period to fly in planes, and they were using the track. He said the length of the track was 5/8 of a mile, so they were able to land biplanes. You can see the biplane in the background. They were able to use biplanes to land on the track, and then they could fuel and repair them and train pilots. So World War One was a big time period for inventing new technology, specifically to kill ourselves with, or drop bombs on Germans, or whatever you want to say. There's the pagoda, the original pagoda, catching on fire in 1925. That's crazy. And so we're going to be doing all this stuff, right? We'll be looking at all this the last quarter of school. I wanted to show you, here's the, if I can get it on the camera here. Oh, there's the rebuilt pagoda in the background. Now, you saw the other pagoda that I was showing you, and that was that's the newer pagoda. But here it is. Here's the track itself. Oh, Eddie Rickenbacker. That's who he wanted me to talk about. So Eddie Rickenbacker was like the, I don't know if you've heard of the Red Baron. The Red Baron was an ace fighter pilot for the Germans, and Eddie Rickenbacker was our top pilot. All right, now when he's done, he comes back to Indianapolis, and he comes to the Speedway where he's been doing pilot training, and he decides he's got enough money. He decides to purchase the Speedway. It says right here, purchase the Speedway for approximately $750,000. Dang, that sounds cheap, but if we added inflation to that, that would be several million, I'm sure. We'd have to calculate the inflation from 1927. So that was a little less than 100 years ago. And then there's the track itself. So what they were doing is they were landing planes on the track. Maybe they're taking off this way and landing this way. And they're able to, from there, they're able to like refuel and stuff. Oh, wow. Right where the snake pit is, they had a golf course and a picnic and woodland area. That's pretty cool. I had no idea. All right, guys, we've been recording for going on almost 30 minutes now, so I'm going to go ahead and just wrap this up, and I'm going to see if Todd can help me edit this out a little bit, and then depending on how long it takes us to get it edited, maybe I can push this out to you tomorrow, but if not, we'll get it to you sometime this week, because this has been awfully fun. So congratulations, you've done another virtual online fields trip with Mr. Fields. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.